beer cup there. Some kind of box of ramen, I would assume. Or rice.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning. With the house.
Exciting. Oh, this is a really nice landscape.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
This kind of reminds me of Dear Esther. Orca's Island.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent.
Strange clothing.
Open immediately.
Can I take them? No.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
First thing first, let's see if we can kill ourselves in this too. No, block path.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Hi, welcome, what's up? Guess we'll take the scenic route. Is there anything over here to play with? Missing? Maybe her brother? Looks like some kind of boy.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Oh, so
the woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
There's no sprinting. I'm gonna go backtrack and make sure I didn't miss anything by choosing the other path. Be a little bit more meticulous about going around the game. It's really easy to miss stuff. Ooh, a deer. Oh, where are you going, friend? He's gone. Not sure if there's any hidden dialogue up here.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Okay, so there was like a slight difference, but nothing like super important. I think that's far enough. So I assume this must have been some kind of road, unless she was just talking about driving to the house in general. But it looked like this must have been paved at some point. So it's been a really long time since she's been back to this house. For it to deteriorate this much. Yeah, because there's a truck there.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
That's one crazy shaped house. Is that even possible?
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Anything clickable? Looks like some kind of shipwreck in the middle there. I can't tell from this far away. Oh wow. I wasn't expecting that.
The door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
How old are we now?
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Hey, welcome back, Cordial. Or cordial?
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Look at that sweet goatee Eddie had. Or Lewis, I guess. Everyone looks pretty happy. Yeah, I guess it's Lewis because she was talking about her brother died. So from 1988 to 2010, that's not a long life.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Nothing wrong with Chinese.
Or how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Hope we get to meet Molly.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Edie.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Those are the worst kind of smiles, am I right? You keep them pearlies to yourself. What a beautiful home, though. Like, this house is crazy.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
The original house? Is that it?
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Is the front door open?
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Wait, did she have two brothers? We have Milton. And Lewis. Okay. The boys have a bad track record.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Creepy. Yeah, it's a really nice home. I'd love to live in something like this.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Damn. Can we see anything at all? Not barely. I'm not sure if it shows up on stream really well, but you can hear like the
After
creaking of
Milton
the house.
disappeared,
It's kind of
Mom
creepy.
sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Don't distract the way I was going.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Hey, we found the lock to something.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
I feel like this is a story progressor. Can I go back through? Oh no. Well, I hope I can go back and look at the rest of the house. I wasn't trying to skip anything.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
It's kind of strange when you click on stuff, you have to like actually move your mouse to open them.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Whose room is this?
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Wait. Is that like... That seemed like a little maze for it?
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Oh, we're playing as a different character now.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Gross, kid. You're eating your poor gerbil's food.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
A little fishy.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Oh my god. Poor Christopher. Look, I have a little fish too. I'm not sure if it'll show up on camera or not. The black and white kind of causes it to glare. I have a 10-year-old goldfish named Penelope.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
It's a strange accent. Ooh, now we can open this door. It's a washroom.
I kept eating and eating.
Really? Oh. Hashtag feed Molly.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Aren't those fake? At least we don't have to eat out of the toilet.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly,
Whoa.
I was a cat.
Trippy.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
don't see anyone around.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Oh, this is so neat. Look at the Mr. Kitty go. They're gonna eat that poor bird.
The babies were all gone.
Hi, Epic. Welcome back.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Oh, the piggies.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
This kid is so hungry. Oh no.
And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
This is crazy. Hard to control.
Rabbits.
I'm coming to get you. Whoa, that's gonna be so hard to catch. It's so sensitive. Yeah! Dinner is served.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something.
Yeah, it's really interesting, huh?
A mama rabbit.
Come here, Mama. Yeah.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
This is getting a little out of hand. We're not even in water.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Oh, we're gonna get this guy. Oh, it's inverted. That's strange.
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
This is not what I was expecting this game to be, but I'm so pleased.
I grabbed on tight. And I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Ew. What am I?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Gross. I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Holy crap! I was not expecting us to eat him.
I wanted to stop.
Yeah, I know the emojis.
Also, I didn't.
They're the fucking worst. Guess that's what we do with a drunken sailor. It's so weird.
Passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Am I still the tentacle monster? Yeah.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Oh, at least I don't have to click to make it go forward anymore. Oh no.
I got closer and closer.
Are we gonna eat the gerbil? No! We're not gonna eat the fish, are we? What was his name, Charlie? Yeah, this girl cannot be satiated. She mustn't have eaten in weeks.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Damn.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Okay, so... Okay, so who is Molly then, if she died in 1947? She only lived for 10 years. We're just going through, like, the history of the house, I guess. Does that mean we can... Oh, everything has changed.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Okay, so there was like multiple... Oh, we named her
I
after the
spent
kid.
a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
The lady went through a lot of birds. Wait. Oh, it's a picture. For a second, the way I was looking at it, it looked like it was still alive. Who's been feeding this poor guy?
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Dragon kills Finch.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Go Edie.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Can we watch it?
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Aw, Nanny was.
Her room was like
Nanny
a
was
museum.
a nice lady.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Yes, those mole men. These are pretty retro. I can remember having these as a kid, except they were in color.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Ingeborg.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
How do I get out? Am I trapped? Okay.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
He didn't have a bad lifespan. He made it into what? It's like 60s or something? Quick math. Paper mache shark.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Hey, come on, let's be real. Our mom's kind of hot. Whoa. Nice carpet.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a
That fuzzy
pretty big
toilet.
trace.
Can't go through that door. A nice chair so she don't break her hip. Oh, everyone's handprint. It really is like a museum to everyone in the family. Can I do anything else in here? I feel like I'm missing something. Or am I just trapped? Help! I'll probably have to go back through the window. Or a window. Built 1937. No, it's not going to let me through there, so I'm missing something. Hold on. Just to be sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, I guess it's just a click. Yeah, this is a really cool game. I'm super enjoying like the atmosphere of it. The house is beautiful. I like it's all voice acted. It saves me from reading. And saves you guys from my reading. It's sealed off. I don't understand how I'm supposed to get out. Can I take Nanny's pills? But she has a lot of fun ones. Yeah, I'm like legit trapped in this room and I'm not sure what I'm missing. Any ideas? I don't see any clickables. I can't reclose the door. Oh, those guys kind of look like, what are they called? The Pit Boys from, Fallout. Oh, here.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Oh, that's crazy. What a neat little way to have like a secret room.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Calvin Finch. These guys didn't mind their tight spaces. Milton was here as well. Fort Calvin. Fort Sam. Oh. What's up there? Commander Center? I want to go up there.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
We're going around the whole bar, boys.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Yeah, no problem, Epic. I'll fill you in as best as I can.
That day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Alice, I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
We're so close.
then maybe
We're gonna
he'd
do it.
still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
Oh, I'm starting to get a little nauseous.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
This can't end well. Whoa, what?
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Wow. He did what he said he was going to do.
Felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
So we got to fill in Edie and Barbara. So I wonder if like the whole point of the game is just to fill out the entire story. But I assume you start from the bottom and work your way up.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Crazy.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Let's go see what this is first. Barbara.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks.
That's crazy. So
I'll be
we're going to
back
have to
in
go
a
back
second.
and do that.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh, wow. I'm actually playing in the comic book now? This is crazy.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Out of my way. Did I knock it into the sink? And I got an achievement for clearing the table.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hammond.
Yeah, the music's
who
great.
impaled and ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
I guess where we see him put his hand through. What's he think? He's my coworker from the other night?
old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh! Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Can I smash anything else up? Whack everything. Fight the skeleton. No, it's not gonna let me smash anything up. Halloween, a classic for all horror themes. Like as in like the movies? Or the season? Or the holiday or whatever.
Walter, are you there?
Can we whack him too?
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Oh, we're just gonna go around and get him in the back?
Hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
This is crazy. Oh, is it? I've never seen it. Nice tribute then, I guess.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Trick or treat!
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately,
Aw, what a nice
so
story.
did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Wait, is this supposed to be a tribute to Tales from the Crypt Keeper? It only hit me now.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Yeah, all the rooms are still sealed up.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Can you look through the hole?
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
So, I didn't get to add Edie to the book, or Sven.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Yeah, they did a good job.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and
As a
never
kid, I
found
just
the
assumed
basement
every
key.
house
had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Can I go revisit? Or does it close? I hope I didn't miss my chance. So I guess it's up the stairs next.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left. I wonder if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
I wonder. Sweet. I don't feel safe without my crutch now. Doesn't seem like anything to interact with down here.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Smurfs. Or sorry, not Smurfs, what are they called? Dwarves from like Disney.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
I hope nothing jumps out.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Yeah, lawn gnomes.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine.
Oh god, I actually have to
That's what
rotate my
kept
mouse
me
to open
sane.
this.
Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
Something I find crazy is that everyone in the family seems to have a different accent.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just
He really likes peaches.
stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Yeah, it does, as he's going through time. Oh, that's a nice looking guitar. I wonder is there anything we can click on before we go? He looks like he must have been some kind of traveler to have all those postcards, or at least know people that do travel. That was a weird angle.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin.
Sweetie crisps. Pea soup. Pork chunkies. I could go for some pork chunkies.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Do I do lives every day? Not every day. I'm trying to be a little bit more frequent with it now. I've definitely increased how often I'm live. But with school coming, I have to figure out...
I want you to know
one
I'm
second.
ready for it.
Okay, yeah. With school coming up and starting again next week, and I'm working as well on the side, I have to figure out what schedule's going to work well with me.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
I think the only curse the family
I
has
don't
is
mind
the
if I
ocean.
only have a year left,
Maybe.
or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
No, he only died 5 years ago?
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still missing Edie. I need Sam after that. Or maybe Edie's the last edition because she's mentioned so much.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Ew. That must smell awful. I appreciate having everyone around to hang out.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two.
Will it let me go in this direction? No, it blocks us off. Just making sure there's no secrets.
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem.
Do you guys think that in the end we're just gonna die because everyone else does?
So much in a family curse. We made it real.
Well, that train didn't get very far.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
The tree grew up and took the chair with it.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Like, what a great way to tell a story.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Is it possible to step down this? Why would they put that there if they had no intention of putting like any dialogue over this way? How do you pronounce your YouTube channel? Temp Decal. It's a reference to Counter-Strike 1.6.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness,
No problem.
any of it seems possible.
And thank you for letting people know.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Zerpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, and Derpy Jr. Aww. No! Christopher Fish died. Aww. He only lived 5 years.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
It is a really neat cemetery, though. Oh, what a cute little statue. Like, what a neat idea that is. Yeah, it seems like what it's implying. That it's meant
I'm
for
sure
her kid.
Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
The look on her face.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
It's crazy. That's their old house. Can I turn on the lamp? What an epic statue, though.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now,
We were here as a cat.
if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh, crap. That explains why we had the belly. Yeah, you can see a little baby bump. This can't be good for a child. That's Edie's room.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Yeah, the game's been making reference to the family curse, or at least everyone in the family believed they were.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
What a slick daddy.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Like what? I don't see
Last time
anything.
I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
No, it's not working. I don't know what else to take a picture of.
We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map. Let's see.
Did you find anything? I feel like I've taken a picture of everything.
Maybe. Or was it? Could have been.
You guys see anything strange? I feel like I should be like seeing a deer or something. Oh.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Well, that's not cool. You don't force someone to hunt.
Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh, get wrecked!
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
I'm glad you enjoyed it too.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
There should be a secret room here somewhere. Chris Bird Hunt. Oops.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Finch control. Gregory. Don and Gus.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
What? This is trippy. Depending on where I put the frog.
Tend over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
Oh no.
Hello?
Is that... I can see what's gonna happen now. I bet you that
Sam,
frog
I told you I don't want to
is gonna turn on the water and that baby's gonna drown.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like.
Come here, Ducky.
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw. It sure made him happy.
Even the people are jumping now.
I know how silly it sounds. But I worry about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Oops.
I wish you could have told us.
Ah, we're back in business.
So,
This is sad but so fun at the same time.
About Gregory. about everything.
This is so magical.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Oh my god, they did such a good job with this game. I'm loving it.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Whoa. Trippy.
Father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
I'll get to fly through the letters.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
I don't see any more words. Oh no, we're stuck. Whoa, what's that?
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Oh no. We know how this is gonna end.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Whew, close one.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
So the tent killed him? I thought for sure he was just gonna get struck by lightning.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Unless that's what they were insinuating. A nice climbing wall.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Nice computer, my dude.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Were they homeschooled?
Louis rules!
But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
I feel like we're getting to the end of this. King Milton. Died 2 years after I was born.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Wait. Whoa, a flip book and a flip book? I missed
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Can I go back at all? Like, where's Dawn's story? I totally missed something. Whee! Her bed's just empty. I know it's her mom or whatever, but it doesn't fit with the order of everything else. Because it skipped right up to... Oh, it's Sanjay maybe? No, it's definitely her mom. So it's got to be somewhere along here. Maybe at her computer? I don't know. Oh, I didn't see down here though. Oh, it won't let me.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Can we sit in these? It's so spooky.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Hey, you guys see that? Legalize marijuana. 420, my dudes. Oh, this is busted. So there's probably something over here I do have to do. Oh, I can probably open that window there. It looks like it's got a handle. Look at that sweet hookah.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
His mind began to...
wander.
Oh. It's another little mini game.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
This is weird.
Feel his way
I'm chopping fish and moving around.
Then Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. He took it
What a
very
cute way to
seriously.
open the passage.
I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Wow.
I worried
Upgraded
about him then.
graphics.
Daydreaming at the cannery.
It's like playing Diablo 2
I
or
spoke
something.
with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Hey, puppers.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
This is burnt.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
This is getting crazy.
Then one day it struck him. That all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
It's so weird to control both at the same
He'd
time.
conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
Right? Well, I'm actually starting to get so distracted doing this. They're doing a really good job.
Until
Like, I'm
one
getting
day he forgot
overwhelmed
to go home from
keep
the
doing the
cannery.
fish thing. Because the map keeps getting bigger and
Even
bigger.
as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Controlling the
Louisville,
boat and the fucking
he heard
man.
rumors of a
I'll go for a handsome queen.
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
Sinister serpents.
sinister serpents. followed the sound of her silver harp.
Oh, I gotta keep up with the fish. Yeah, it's so distracting, holy crap. No, I missed one.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh, I can't even see the thing now?
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
No, it's too much. No, you're throwing fish too fast.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Caught up, boys. We get to keep our job.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
What? Okay. We got our hands.
He began to forget the world we know.
420, my dudes! Blaze it! Whoa. Is that a switch?
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Yeah, that was some dang shit.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
He's gone completely daydreaming. He's not even doing it anymore.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Wait, why am I on a conveyor belt? This can't be good. Yeah, I'll likely be doing live tomorrow. I'm off.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting.
Holy crap. Oh, Molly!
Waited, holding his crown.
Oh no. We all see where this is going,
There was
right?
only one thing left to do.
Oh. It was nice knowing your hand.
Bend down his head. I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us.
Oh, put his head in it.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
I want that poster. It's a cool ass mountain. Look at all those nuggers he still got. What a waste. He has like 4 pipes. Conspiracy now. Oliver Twist. Who's left on the list? Me.
Way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
What a crazy
But it
house.
had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Where she said everyone was buried. Or not buried, but like,
That thing you're
or maybe
afraid
she
of
did.
isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it.
What time? Because I start school on Thursday and I need to be asleep at 9:30, but I don't know what time that will be where you live because I live in England. Oh.
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
I'm not sure because I haven't set a schedule yet for what is going to be able to work for me during my school year. Generally around whatever time it is there now. Give or take a couple hours.
I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
The old house.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot.
Oops.
The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Whoa.
This journal was supposed to be for you.
Oh, gross. Are we giving birth right now?
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Strange.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Yeah. We saw that coming. crazy house. That was really fun. I really, really enjoyed that whole game. That was super fun, like the crazy visuals, the music was nice, the narration for everything. That was wonderful. I was super happy with that purchase. But it seems like I missed 2 stories out of the tree, so I wonder if that would have changed anything, like if it would have gave us any kind of information, or if we just kind of missed a little bit of the story. I tried to be as meticulous as I could, going back and searching for things. I try not to rush these. But that was super, super fun. Yeah, we missed Dee Dee's and Don's. Replay a story? So we missed Edie's. Will it show it, I wonder? Okay, so Edie's is the last. Then what about Dawn? Same thing. Though I'm not sure if I have to actually go into bed. Is this just gonna restart everything? Yeah, I just picked this one up on the winter sale.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word.
Okay, so this is just a replay. Yeah, my whole thing with this is like I've been going through my Steam library and finding games that I've had for a while that I just never got around to playing. And yeah, there's like a lot of gems in there, like, you know, random humble bundles that I've bought. Though I do see like a lot of new story games popping up. Like I wanted to check out Tokyo Dark. It's another one that Square Enix threw out. Though it's not made by them. It's just one of their, it's published by them or whatever. So generally if they do it, I haven't found a game that they've done that I haven't liked. Or at least backed. So I'm not sure what I'm going to play next, but I'm going to take a look around and see if there's any other cool short novels or visual novels. They've been really enjoyable, a nice break from FPS RTS. Yeah, you never know what you're going to find. Like, there's so many good just like indie games out on Steam. There's also a couple of games for PlayStation. Like, I started a Persona 5. I did a few streams of that on this, which I mean to finish eventually. I just kind of got sidetracked, and as well as I had The Last Guardian, sorry, that I really wanted to play through. Seemed like it'd be a fun game for stream. But yeah, I'd say 7 out of 10 on that game. That was really fun. Visuals cool, music great, story good. I didn't like it as much as Life is Strange, but I think I'm going to be a little bit biased on that anyways. But definitely a worthwhile pickup for like a first time playthrough, or even just to sit down and watch someone go through it. Definitely worth the time. Alright, I'm going to cut it there. I might stream later tonight. I'm not sure. It depends on if I find a game or not, or what I'm doing. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.